One day I was going towards the parking space when I saw them both kissing. I was like, what the hell is going on?
Okay guys, today I am going to expose my classmates. But before I start, I must warn you, you might need to get some bleach and holy water to watch this video. Because my classmates have done some seriously cringy and embarrassing things, so stay on guard. Also, if you want to be a part of my next videos, join my Discord. Now let's start.
First video is about a girl, we'll call her D. She is the type of girl who is always looking for attention. No matter what, she always has her makeup in her hands and always tries to put more makeup on. She is basically the gacha brat, but even worse. She always wears some good glasses and bring new handbags all the time. Maybe she tries to make other girls jealous with new stuff, but I don't think it ever worked, or maybe it does. One day we had a trip to a museum and everyone had to be by the school bus so we could go. That girl told everyone that she will be reaching museum directly and joined the class there. When we were coming back, she gave her handbag to another boy who came in his car to the museum. She told him to keep the bag safe as it is very, very expensive. About 2 hours later, she suddenly started accusing that boy of stealing her bag.
I don't like where this is going.
And told everyone that her bag is not in his car. The boy tried his best to explain that he did not steal the bag, but girl did not listen and started insulting him. An hour later, her bag was found in washroom of museum. Turns out, she took the bag from the boy's car some hours ago to put her makeup on and forgot about that. Now, everyone told her to apologize to the boy, but she said it's very expensive bag and her reaction is justified. Everyone was so done with her, so they did not even bother talking to her again about the issue. Some weeks later, we also found that the bag was a fake cheap copy of a big brand and was worth only some bucks. If this did not make you cringe, then next video will blow your mind. This next is the story when my teachers told me to run for head boy election in my school. I was good in studies, so they wanted me to run for it. There was another candidate who was a good friend of me, and he was contesting too. We decided that no matter what happens, we won't let this affect our friendship. We proceeded with our campaigns normally, but turned out that my friend, who we will call A, was turning everyone against me.
Guess what? You're a bitch.
And then later, tell me that we should not talk bad about anyone because of this election. He even bribed people to not vote me in return for a pack of juice. Really low, right? When I got to know about it, I really did not do anything about it and went on to carry on my campaign. Results came and I surprisingly won. My friend hugged me and said that I deserved it and then rushed. I was worried, so I went to check on him. He was crying and then he suddenly yelled at me and told me I was never his friend. He started guilt-tripping me and said he should have won and I was a bad friend. Well, that was not a good memory, but it happened. So yeah, on to the next one, which is my favorite of all time. This next girl is the just next level cringe, and you won't believe what she did. She always acts like coolest girl in the class and pretends to be a great intellectual person. She is always correcting grammar of everyone and is a walking Grammarly app. Everyone was annoyed of her behavior towards others. One day, I happened to overhear a conversation when she was talking to her friends about the astrology. She said a sentence in English which felt like it came straight from a Shakespeare's book. The sentence was something like this: you participate in mass cultural delusion that the sun's apparent position relative to arbitrarily defined constellation at the time of your birth somehow affects your personality.
What the fuck?
Yes, I had the same confusion reaction as you, but I ignored what she said until some days later I was watching the season 1 of the show Big Bang Theory, where Sheldon spoke the exact lines. I was like, wait a minute. A week later, she was talking to someone else again about astrology. This time I joined the conversation to see if she will do that again. She used the same sentence again, and I was like, what the hell? Well, I just told her I like Big Bang Theory as well and moved away. She was looking at me shocked while everyone else was confused. Okay, this one might seem like straight out of fiction, but it is not. This is a real story of my bully from school. I don't know why this suddenly sounded like Bully and Alpha Cringe mini movie. Anyways, there was a guy in our class who used to be rude to everyone, and he always thought he could overpower anyone and was the strongest in world. Not just the students, but he was also problematic with teachers and always gave them a lot of trouble. He was the proper definition of the problem child. I had no contact with him for like 5 or 6 years and had forgotten about him. He one day randomly texted me on Facebook and was being very nice. I was shocked and really confused. He then told me that he needs my help. Apparently his bike was punctured and he had no money and he needed some money to get a new tire. He was almost begging me to give him some money. I felt sad for him that the mighty bully guy who was always so strong would not do this without any valid reason. So I sent him some money. And he then disappeared completely. I just ignored him and did not expect the money back. I did that in good faith and to help him. About 2 months later, he again texted me. Now this was interesting. He told me this time that he was somewhere in distant place and he does not have money to go back home. So please lend some money again and he will return it in 2 days. I was doubtful, so this time I contacted a friend who knew him and asked him what's wrong with him. He is asking me money for the second time. He then revealed the secret of money begging. Turns out the bully was now a drug addict and he was asking money like this from everyone he knew from childhood. He was texting them with same story and was using that money to buy drugs. I was extremely shocked and blocked him immediately.
Shut up!
This is business!
Hey!
I invested the money!
Stop talking! I will kill you!
Sorry. Sorry, sir.
Hey! Dada, why?
Business.
Okay, this one is not a single person. This happened when I decided to team up with 2 girls from my class for a competition. We wanted to win, so we had to work hard. Those 2 were also roommates and I had to work alone at times. I worked extra hard since I knew softwares better than them and they were mostly relying on me for the work. But since we were a team, I did not mind. When presenting the projects, I wrote them their speeches and told them what to speak and divided the roles equally so no one would feel left out after that. They were very happy with me doing all the work and did not mind at all. After the competition was done, our school was satisfied with outperformance, so they wanted us to compete in a national competition. Turns out, the day department started looking for the participants. I was absent due to sickness. Those 2 girls went to the principal and told them how those 2 had worked so hard and did everything and deserved a spot in national team. They did not even mention me for once in the conversation and all the work I had done was just lost. I felt sad and disappointed. When I confronted them about the situation, they got defensive suddenly and told me that I was jealous of their success. When I told them that we were the team and I deserved the credit for my work, they said we don't care. We got the spot in the national team and I should not have teamed up with them in the first place. That was a hard lesson to learn. Of course, they later lost badly in the national rounds and I got to participate in an even bigger competition and made better friends later on. This is about when I saw 2 girls who are always trying to be so cool. They are always wearing revealing clothes, even in the class, and always getting in trouble in school. I never had any trouble with them because I don't interact much with random people in class. One day I was going towards the parking space when I saw them both kissing. I was like, what the hell is going on? They both had boyfriends and they said they had very good relationships. I saw them and they saw me. They were embarrassed and so was I. Being gay is not allowed in our country, so I was confused because this was something new to me. But turns out they were not being gay. They said they were straight and just wanted to look cool, so they were trying this. I told them it's not something you can do to just look cool. They told me to stay shut and don't tell the class. I was never planning to tell anyone anyway. Then some days later, one of the boyfriends caught them like that again. And everyone knew about them. Poor boy's heart was broken. Their parents were told about it by the school, and that ended up their troubles because they changed the school afterwards.